Action.
What's up, guys? Welcome to First Take. I'm joined here with Gabe and Vince, and our first topic of the day will be whether Brady deserves to be a legitimate MVP candidate despite missing the first 4 games of the season. Vince?
Why is that even a debate topic? Have you seen the man play on the field? Of course he's an MVP candidate. He's thrown 12 touchdowns and no interceptions. Nobody's had a better start than that to a regular season. Whether he's 4 games in or 8 games in, he's up there with the stats as high as anybody. If the season ended today, he'd have the highest QB rating ever recorded in a season. You show me another candidate with those numbers. I mean, I'm not saying he's by far and away the #1 MVP, but he's in the conversation at least. How can he not be?
We're talking about if he's going to be the MVP of this league. He's only played 4 games. I'll give you someone who I think is up there to be the MVP in Derek Carr. In what he's been able to do with Oakland, he's had to play his first 5 games on the road away from Oakland. He's been able to do it. Tom Brady's only played 4 games. 3 of them were on the road, but 3 of them were against some of the worst defenses in the league.
I want to address what you
All
said
right, time out,
first.
guys. What do you guys think? Nick? Yes, they're coming in hot, right? And he's waving the hands. And he's
Italian, I
giving
talk
the, you
about
gotta be
hands.
kidding routine. I like that, right? He's arguing. If you were arguing with somebody about sports in a bar, that's how you do it, right? You wouldn't say, oh, you know, I mean, you'd be passionate about whatever you believe in. And believe it or not, in your business, the business you're going into, you are increasingly going to have to debate and argue. Every time I do a story, I end up debating people for 2 hours on Twitter about it. That's the stupidest goddamn thing I ever read. How dare they pay you, you know, so you gotta defend yourself all the time now, right? Okay, action.
I'll address what you said first about Brady missing 4 games. That's happened before, and people have won MVP. In 1987, John Elway missed 3 games. He was the MVP, and then 2 years later, in 1989, Joe Montana missed 2 games, and he was
That's
still
not
the
4 games,
MVP.
though.
Well, hold on. Also, those guys didn't choose to miss those games. Those guys chose to miss those games because of injury. Tom Brady had no choice but to sit out those 4 games and came back better than anybody else on the field.
But then how do you explain them winning 3 of the first 4 games that they played?
Were they putting up numbers? Were those quarterbacks putting up numbers the way Tom Brady is?
But that's not of how they're
Jimmy
putting those
Garoppolo
teams.
and Jacoby Brissett were throwing 12 touchdowns to no interceptions.
And what about Derek Carr? 3 touchdowns, 17 touchdowns,
Who's
and
he
3
throwing the ball
interceptions.
to? He's got the 3rd best receiver in the league right now, Amari Cooper. Tom Brady
He's
does
never
not
had
have
an issue
Tom
throwing
Brady
the
does
ball.
not have any receivers in the top 50 in receiving
They
yards.
played look at the teams that they played. They have played
That
terrible.
doesn't explain that
You
Amari
think
Cooper is
playing the
lighting
Cleveland
up.
Browns is different
Is
than playing
on.
other
Is it
teams?
Derek Carr or is it Amari Cooper who's really the MVP candidate here?
I think it's you do not see the game that he's had yesterday, 513 yards, even with all the
Have you not seen
flags
the
that they
4
have
games that
done.
Tom Brady has? 12 touchdowns, no interceptions.
But he's played more games than Brady. He's done more than Brady in that
So why are you
time.
going to penalize Tom Brady? He's already been penalized for missing his 4 games for the suspension. Why are you going to penalize him more and say, because you
Maybe
missed
he
those
shouldn't
4
have
games, you
deflated the
can't be an
balls.
MVP candidate? How long are you going to punish him for this?
I think
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Alright, well,
I saw him wave his hands, but I thought he was going to stop.
we gotta go on break soon, but next topic will be whether the relationship between KD and Russell Westbrook has gone to
Cut.